Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because you can join said Discord group, if I were to spell the link correctly, by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that and you'll find all the various requests you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode here. We'll just set ourselves back to our defaults, but let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today, as I will also take this opportunity to jump into said Discord group. There we are. We do not have anyone at the moment, so it is there for the taking. Looks like Camilo is interested, but we, in that case, would still be looking for someone else to take that second spot, and you are welcome to do so if you would like. Can do a match or two, alright, no worries. Let's see, let me get Steam Friends up. And then I can start sending out some invites.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? How are you, Angel? How's it going, Camilo?
Do a couple. Can't do too many.
Alright, no worries. Okay, now the question becomes, do I remember what your Steam name is?
Angel.
It is still Angel? Okay. Well, that makes it nice and easy.
Yeah, with
Okay, no worries. I was like, what with the different names on Twitch, Steam, and Discord?
Yeah, but it's linked to my Prime, and then I have like a Twitch that I do for a podcast. It's my real name. But then I have my Discord, which is like the Angel stuff. So yeah, it's definitely. Well, I need to open Steam because I've been doing tons of Steam ROM Manager stuff, so I keep wanting to exit Steam.
Alright, at the moment you are not showing up on Steam. Oh, okay.
Online.
There you are. Perfect.
Okay.
And thank you for the follow as well.
Oh, cool. I didn't realize I wasn't following. So, yeah. I don't use.
Okay. So, Camilo, are you gonna go keyboard mouse today, or are you gonna go controller?
I'm gonna go keyboard mouse. I'm gonna trust that the game won't break.
Okay. I tell you what, give me just a second. I have a fan going in the background that's really loud, making it hard to hear you guys. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go turn that off.
I have that all the time when I'm working. And it's like, I have to have the fan on.
Yeah. Fortunately, today's a little cooler, so it's not as necessary. Give me just a minute, though.
Because I live in so anytime it's like 17 degrees, that necessitates a fan, like Celsius, which is like something crazy low in like Fahrenheit.
Okay, the fan is off. Hopefully should be a little easier to hear you guys now. Okay, but Camilo, you were saying you're gonna go keyboard mouse, so it should be pretty clear who's player 1 and who's player 2 in that case?
Yep.
Okay, let me set both of your names up here then. Okay, and then Fate and Essence will be the two teams?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. There we are. Alright, not immediately seeing any requests from chat, but let us know if there is anything we'd like to see for this first matchup today. Angel said only available for a couple of games, so, you know, whether that means we deliberately leave it up to the players to take whatever they want, or we want to squeeze in whatever crazy requests we have, that is up to you. But given how we don't have that much time here, why don't we hop in?
Let me or the game will do that to them.
Welcome, exiles. Welcome to the Isle of Kaelmer. You are gathered to conduct this rite. May further shame befall whomever fails. The Fate stand prepared. The Essence stand prepared. Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright, so no requests from chat.
You have to enable me the keyboard
Oh.
and mouse.
No worries, that can be arranged. Oh, do we need to check the controls, Camilo, or do we feel confident this will be what you need? Yeah, probably worth a quick double check.
Yes. Yes.
More imps.
That's true, Imp Arena, and Camilo starts with an Imp.
Yeah, no, that's great practice.
Let's see if Angel gives in to the temptation.
Stop more swapping.
At least not with the first choice, as it's a Bright Wisp Stowaway, so the auto-passing talisman.
We're going to swap. Or not.
And it'll be Legendary Talisman for Deluge for the extra jumping distance. Then extra starting Pyre Life on Pamitha for Angel. Camilo also goes Pamitha, but takes the Banishing Throws, and I believe that was Fell Swoop as well, so different setup in a few different ways. Last choice for Angel is a Speedy Birchroot. And here we go in what is our first match of the day, and might be the first matchup between these two players, as Angel gets us off to a quick start here. Stowaway plunging for 20. Does mean no Stowaway in this round, though, and with Pamitha banished, means now room for Camilo. But Angel gets it back, and Angel is the one plunging here. This time it's with Birchroot, and that's 30 damage. That means no Birchroot. Stowaway, blocked. Now banished. Pamitha for Camilo has those banishing throws and putting them to good use there, banishing both of the defenders. Setting up a 20 damage throw. Stowaway, first the orb, but first to get banished. Birchroot, however, first to plunge. And with that, Camilo drops down to 20. And Angel might just need one more here. But it is Angel who's defenseless, and it is Camilo who is throwing that in for 25 with his Imp. Angel first the orb once more. Stowaway blocked. Camilo. Back with Deluge. Deluge down. Camilo now with Pamitha. Switches in. Deluge, his throw looks short, so Angel retrieves. And jumps in with Bertrude to take the win.
The essence prevails.
GG.
GG.
Though the scribes themselves
GG.
stood by their side.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright, well let's head on back and let us know, chat,
Until the next rite.
if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. And Angel was saying can't stay around for too long, so this might even be our last one. I don't know. Angel, how much time do you have? I don't want to keep you in if you have to go.
I could probably do like 2 more.
Okay, about 2 more.
Do a nice best of 3. Not best of 3, but something like that. That made sense when I said it. But it's
I mean, it basically makes sense. Alright, but at least not immediately seeing any requests, so maybe best for us to get straight back in then.
The fate shall take on the
cool
essence.
thing.
Welcome.
And once again, no requests, so all up to the players here.
The rites.
Milo falling back on the tried, tested.
That's a quick throwing Volfred. Not what we saw Camilo take last time. He led with an imp on that occasion. So while it is very different for Camilo, it is the same thing, the tried and tested, for Angel. Camilo's team just got infinitely more stylish.
That's kind of like. Yeah, it's a good call.
Now, extra starting Pyre Life on Pamitha for Angel. We saw both players take Pamitha last time. That remains the case here, although this time Camilo goes with Prayer Beads on Pamitha, whereas last time it was the Banishing Throws. And for Angel, it'll be a speedy Udmilda in the last spot. Camilo tries to lock down the orb with a sapling, although Angel was too quick. Camilo, though, following up with the Vanishing Throws, creating a little bit more space to set up this 20 damage plunge with Gareth. Angel does salute to the orb this time, and that sets up this 20 damage Savage Plunge. So the players trading 20 damage scores to lead things off. Now it's Udmilda. She's caught in the corner, though.
Someone jumped the wrong way.
Now it's 20 damage coming from Pamitha on Camilo's end. Now she did have prayer beads, so Camilo still at full strength. And after some aggressive exploding sapling plays, at least for a little bit there, found Angel with no one back defensively. They are coming back now, except that quick throw is quick enough to sneak in here for 25.
Fate have gained an edge for now.
Auto pass going back to Udmilda, but Udmilda goes down as well. That leaves just Pamitha for Angel, and the sapling takes her out. The stowaway returns, only to quickly be banished as well.
Milo's
Once
so
again,
good.
time for that sap throw.
That was the last of them.
And it is the Volfred show right now, as he throws it in again.
The rite is nearly ended.
He's the one getting these exploding sapling banishments as well. The Volfred again. Yes, it will.
GG.
Fate prevails.
GG.
What a crushing victory it was.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Alright. Well played.
Until the next rite.
Let's head on back, and assuming that this may be Angel's last match of the day, if there is anything we would like to see between these two, then certainly let us know, and presumably means we'd be looking for someone to take Angel's place in the near future as well, so if there's anyone who is interested, then make any preparations you may need to make. Is there anything else we'd like to set these two up with, or do we want to leave it up to them to set up the teams however they'd like? Seems like that's the direction we're headed in here. So once again, we'll start this up, we'll leave it up to the players.
The fate versus the essence.
This time at the Pit of Melith,
Welcome.
we saw Camilo switch things up quite a bit last time, but just about the same setup from Angel in both matches, and Camilo continues to change things up here as he goes canned singularity on the stowaway. Angel, though, has a system and is sticking with it here. Another Bright Wisp stowaway. And Exploding Headwind is the second selection for Camilo. Angel now does switch it up, though, going with the legendary talisman on Tizo for the infinite stamina. While Camilo goes extra throwing damage on Gilman for his last choice. And Speedy Bertrude in the last slot for Angel. Now it is Bertrude, and she is quick. And went for the wall bounce there. Didn't quite work out, but you have to respect the idea. Room here for Tizo, though, and he does make it in for 25 damage, no less, so offensive imp setup. Still away. Tries to go straight in, but she's stopped. Bertrude sidesteps the cast, and practically the wall bouncing dodge. But Camilo back with it here, and now he's throwing it in, and he had extra damage coming from the talisman for his throws, so it's 23 on that occasion. Stowaway passes back to Bertrude. Bertrude wall bounce for the extra speed, but she does still go down. Oh, and a little bit of black magic wall bouncing jumps from Camilo there. And the can singularity activates. and it clears out room for a 15 damage Worm Plunge. Now, of course, as we were just saying, Camilo has extra damage coming specifically for throws, so actually a little bit less damage there on the plunge. Stowaway, oh, that was a crazy jump there. Stowaway for Angel, though, has a lot of room to work with, so she'll plunge. Stowaway down on Camilo's side, but she comes back and activates the Can Singularity. Doesn't do too much on this occasion, though. Angel trying to find a way through with Tizo, but Camilo gets it back. Headwind with time here to throw for 20. Stowaway, first to the orb. She goes down, passes it to Bertrude. Bertrude down. Now it's Tizo's turn. And he goes all the way through. That means one score is potentially all Angel needs, but it would need to come from Bertrude. And there goes Bertrude. And that was the last of Angel's defenders. So with that score, now same could be said for Camilo. His highest damage would come from a worm throw. In fact, I believe that is the only way he would be able to get enough damage. And there it is.
GG.
GG.
That was so close. That was such a good match.
Sudden death match. Well played.
The ceremony is complete.
All
Thank
right.
you, that was awesome. And I gotta love the commentary.
Until the stars
Thank you.
align.
So yeah, I mean, if you're good to stick around, you're welcome to, but as I said, if you need to go, by all means, of course.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed to get enough sleep from work. But
Fair enough.
Awesome. Enjoyed the multiplayer matchup and Right Night. Awesome as always.
Well, thanks for stopping by.
Right.
All right, good to have you. Let me, I'll free you from remote play. There you go. Go. Be free. All right. Well, that does mean, Camilo, are you good to stick around, or do you want to swap out as well?
I think I can go for a bit more.
Okay, gotcha. So in that case, that means we're looking for one person to jump in here to take Angel's place and face off against Camilo. So let us know if there's anybody who would like to step up to the metaphorical plate. Or, I mean, I suppose we could take requests for setup stuff, but usually best to know who is in before we start doing that stuff. So do we have any takers? Core says, get me in. All right, no worries, Core. That can be arranged. Put me in, coach. Nah, anything could happen. Okay, now it should mean that Core is definitely player 2, but we'll see. Okay, that looks promising. Let me set you up here, Core. Okay, there we are. Now that we have established who is actually playing in this match, let us know if there is anything we would like to see. Otherwise, of course, we can just leave it up to the players to go with whatever they'd like. Not seeing anything here, though, so I think why don't we get this one started?
rites, the Pyre Hearts.
What's up, Lilac? How's it going?
Who shall conduct the rites?
We are just having our first matchup between Camilo and Core. We saw Camilo Angel for our first few matches. Core has now swapped in. And we see leads of the sap variety for both players. It's Prayer Beads on Bertrude in the second spot for Camilo. We'll see if the players continue to choose similar teams here, or if they start to differ. As that's an offensive imp for Core. Camilo, though, going Speedy Jodariel instead. So it looks like it'll just be those saps that the two teams have in common. As now it is Exploding Snadra in the last spot for Core. Couple of banishments to lead things off, but those characters come back quickly. It's Core, but doesn't have time to throw that one in with Volfred. Both players waiting for the orb to come back from over the lava. It is Camilo who retrieves, but Camilo who gets shoulder smashed by Snadra. Whole bunch of banishments in the middle of the arena. Core, though, moving in with Volfred. Has the range, and just barely has the time to get that one off. Race to the orb, which is not something you often say about two saps. Remember, that is an offensive imp that Core has there. Goes to the throwing route, so just 13 damage on that occasion, but can go as high as 25. Messenger imp to Snadra. Snadra brings back Volfred. Here is Volfred. And with either the Typhoon Bottle or Numbing Gust, I don't recall which, but it prevented Core from throwing, and that is exactly what Camilo is doing here. Now, technically cut it slightly short there, so 24 rather than the maximum of 25 damage. Only time will tell if that one damage difference proves to make a difference in the long term. See if we find Core hanging on with one Pyre life at any point, as Snadra getting back to work with the shoulder smashes, and Core using that portal, which is still quite close to Camilo's Pyre.
Down to the flame. Ouch.
Core just trying to brute force his way through here. With that portal, it is fairly easy for him to get his characters close to Camilo's Pyre. Camilo, on the other hand, just trying to get it away.
Alas for Jodariel.
Or reset that portal, because there it is once again. Camilo now applying some pressure, but loses it. And as the portal still stands, Core can still use the same strategy, and eventually his persistence does pay off.
Ferocity unbridled.
Once again, Core unable to throw here. Now, is he quick enough with the sap to walk this one in? Not on this occasion, but with some maneuvering,
And yet it hit the
able to get enough time to throw this one in for 12. Camilo, not quick enough with Bertrude. Or, no time to throw that go round. Snadra, down she goes, but she explodes, taking out Volfred, or rather Manly, in the process. Jody. Gets taken out by the exploding sapling. Here is the person who created that sapling, Volfred. His throw might be unblockable from that range. It's 21 damage. That means Camilo is still holding on here, but one score, potentially all the core would need, barring rekindling. Of course, both players do have saps, though we have seen, generally speaking, Camilo tends not to take any rekindling. And there you have it. That means that score is the deciding one.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
Well played, you two.
The right
GG's.
is complete.
All right. Well, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. And Camilo comes in and says, enough of this free will thing. Choosing our own teams. Who needs that? Time to turn Customize off. Randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans won't even see what those things are in advance. Just going to get thrown straight into the action. Now, that does cover a lot of things, but we could still do an arena. We could still do a song. Lilac was about to do the same. It's almost as if Core thought I would not notice this. Something's not quite right. Can't put my finger on it, but it just feels, I don't know, imbalanced? Now, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but the fact that I wrote a requested specifically Will of the Scribes, are you trying to suggest that it is the will of the scribes for Core to start with 200 Pyre Life and Camilo to start with 10? Are you trying to justify what Core just did? Or is that truly just a coincidence? No comment, he says. Alright, we do also have a boat request. Now, of course, combining that with Customize off means maximum chaos, and I'm all for it. You can't choose your talisman. It's Customize off. What are you talking about? Well, anyways, you're not ready to see my Customize off comp. Just you wait and see. Alright, well, let's get started then. Both players confident here. Eats popcorn enthusiastically. Alright, what do we have for Camilo? Oh, it's double demon and a nomad. That looks like a very strong team on the boat, including Orlek. For Camilo, it is the Stowaway and Gareth, so double savage, plus a crone, Bertrude here, for Core. And it is Orlek, getting us started. 25 damage on the plunge. But he is gone for this round, no prayer beads. And it is Core getting us in with a 14 damage throw there. Less than his maximum of 20, or at least we assume he doesn't have any extra damage. As this time it is also 14. Now, Camilo did have extra starting Pyre Life from one of those Demon Masteries. So he's still above 100, even after those 2 scores from Core. Orlek. Oh, just missed the extra airtime. On the verge of jumping over that puddle. Instead, he'll go for the much less dramatic 25 damage throw. Stowaway. Oh, Titan Tooth on the Stowaway for Core. That is a big discovery. That's a very strong talisman, especially on this arena. But Lendl recovers, and with that Sacred Bond, can step on the portraits to bring back characters like Orlek, who usually is balanced by his long respawn time. But by bringing him back, Camilo able to plunge with him for 25 here. Once again means he is gone in this round, though. And so is everyone on Camilo's side. Time for Core. Perhaps move in with Bertrude. That does look like a long-range throw. From that range, either it was short or was at least catchable. Whereas if it were closer in, Same could not be said for Crone throws. The stowaway, with that Titan Tooth, he's threatening. And Shooting Star on Gareth, those are two very good talismans for core savages. But it is the Crone who does the damage here. Gertrude plunging for 30, now she does not have prayer beads, she's gone.
So fiercely fought.
There's the Titan Tooth again. But Camilo still able to move with his other exiles. And looks to set up the big boat play for Oralek to seal the deal.
They vastly outperformed their adversaries.
Camilo, I told you.
Is done.
I told you couldn't handle my boat comp. My customize off boat comp. GG.
Until the stars align.
I mean, on both sides, those are very good teams. Specifically on the boat for Camilo's team, as he had the double demon, including Orlek, with Sacred Bond to bring him back, and then, as I was saying, two really good talismans for core savages. So I suppose both players, their confidence was well placed. But let us know if there's anything we'd like for the next one. He definitely chose. Wait, what was it that Core was Core saying it was the talismans in particular? Just wait and see what talisman I take? Oh man. He said that and then he had at least two amazing talismans? Maybe he does have a point. Alright, well, not seeing any requests from chat right now, so I think, unless we have any last-minute thoughts here, we'll leave this one up to the players.
The fate shall confront the Pyre hearts.
This time, at the Glade.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
And with no requests, Camilo opts for the power casting Headwind. And similarly, Core goes for the power casting Snadra. So a bit of a mirror match thus far. All left side prayer beads Pamitha for Camilo. At this point, I am wondering if they are deliberately taking the same teams, as that is exactly what Core goes for as well. Typhoon Bottle Volfred for Camilo. Now is Core checking the specifics so he can copy it like for like. Well, okay, the similarities end here, as Core instead goes with a Leeching Jodariel. But 2 out of the 3 characters very similar across these teams, and it is Core getting us started with Snadra. Here's Headwind. He goes down, though. Pamitha for Camilo. Flapping around, but Jodariel did not care one way or another. And then with the Harp Salute, Core switches into Jody right next to the Pyre, facilitating that 30 damage plunge. There's the shoulder smash from Snadra. Hamatha, blocked. Camilo with Headwind. A bit of room to work with here, but Core able to recover with Pamatha. Snadra does just enough to avoid getting banished, although Camilo with it back, then loses Pamatha. Volfred makes his return, though. Exploding Sapling. Oh, forget about the Exploding Sapling. Just chases Snadra down directly. And everyone down on Core's side. Now, Camilo does have to cut this a little bit short, though, as he saw someone coming back. It's just 11 damage, but a little bit of leech as well. And now Core once again, the quick switch into Jody, using that Harp Salute, and that was 30 damage plus 15 leech. So huge value on that play. Snadra down. Well, in fact, it's just Headwind against Pamatha here. Pamatha for Core. She stopped. Headwind against Snadra. Snadra wins that duel. And Snadra gets rid of Pamatha, so only Snadra, but with the Typhoon Bottle, unable to throw. Core has to settle for the plunge, but that's a sacrifice he's willing to make. As now Camilo down at just 6 Pyre life. I believe we did see Camilo take 10 rekindling this time, though. Here it is. But now that means 1 score for Core, likely all he would need. But Camilo does have some leech, though he did just lose his character who has it, Headwind. So it is possible for Camilo to win back a little bit of margin for error. And there is 20 damage plus 10 leech. Gets Camilo back up to 20 Pyre life total, and he would probably need just a little bit more than that to be able to withstand a hit, because Snadra's plunge deals exactly 20 damage. GG.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
Well played, you two.
The rite is ended.
Let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there is anything we'd like to see for the next one. Anything we'd like to do request-wise for the next match? Or, of course, the alternative is, oh, hold on. Stowaway, Almer, and Tizo for 1 player. Exile request from Lilac. Does that mean there's going to be a different setup for the other player? That would be 2 Savages and an Imp. Camilo is claiming that team. What's up, Wheatleys? How's it going? We are in the middle of a matchup between Camilo and Core. Oh, and then the other person has whatever they want. Okay, fair enough. The lore-accurate friendship? Is that the idea? Oh, that actually does make sense. I wonder if that was the idea behind it. Core's gonna put us at the fall. Okay, so Core can take whatever team he wants here. For Camilo, it is specifically Stowaway, Almer, Tizo. I'm not sure where this 3 is coming from. Oh no, that's a smiley face. I totally saw that colon. Look, okay, your name always has a colon after the end of it. I just thought that was the colon at the end of your name anyway. Anyways, let's get started.
The fate shall now face the Pyre Hearts. Welcome.
All right.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So we know what Camilo is rocking here, at least when it comes to the exiles themselves. Masteries and talismans, that is still be to determine, but he leads with the stowaway. For Core, it is all up to his discretion. He'll go with a speedy Bertrude. Tizo is Camilo's second choice. That means Almer will be the third, as per the request. Thorned Knot Gilman is Core's second choice. Here's the Almer, and it's prayer beads on him. And Web Lanthorn on Messenger Imp for Core to wrap things up. Stowaway. Stopped. Gilman for Core. Finds his way over the defense, really. Throwing that one in for 9. Stowaway banishes with the throw, but then goes down herself. Bertrude slithers forward, but she's blocked and banished. Almer does just enough to avoid banishment himself. Black magic jump. And tries to black magic his way in, but Core is not fooled. Bertrude. No luck this time.
The orbs unclaimed again.
Bertrude again. Lots of speed, lots of stamina. But not a lot of progress.
Begone, Bertrude.
Camilo eyes the portal, but it doesn't take him far on this occasion. Chooses against it. And now everyone down, so plenty of time for Bertrude here. Stowaway for Camilo. Banishes one with a throw. Core retrieves. Through the portal he goes, and now it's Gilman. Trying to find an opening. Goes for the throw, but it's short. Almer runs out of stamina. Core portal doesn't take him far, but it does give him the infinite stamina. That's reason enough, and he gets a double banishment there from Bertrude. But it is still Camilo, at least for a moment there. But Gilman gets the banishment and gets the throw as well. It's 13 damage here. Bertrude taken out by Almer. Almer narrowly avoids Gilman. On a second occasion, Ben actually gets rid of Gilman, but it is Messenger Imp in possession. He's taken out. Bertrude returns. But now the Stowaway makes an entrance. She goes down, and now it's Gilman. To Bertrude, blocked. Gets rid of one defender. Almer lunges. And that was the Prayer Bead Savage. That was the preferred way for Camilo to score with that character. Core with Gilman. Gilman down. Almer can't outrun Bertrude. Here is Bertrude. But gets trapped in the corner. Stowaway. And Gilman. Gilman finds his way through, but not past Tizo. And then Bertrude nearly had an opening there. Does. No one back to stop her right now, so opportunity for Core. Cuts it slightly short, though. 26 damage rather than the full 30. But still, with just 22 Pyre life, it is possible for Core to finish it with one score. And on this occasion, I don't believe Camilo has any leech, so I don't think that math is going to change anytime soon. Core. Gilman gets stopped. as does Ulmer. Bertrude, down she goes. Camilo, through the portal, goes the ninja route. Stowaway. Ninjas again. Bertrude. Trying to fake her way around the obstacles, around the defenders, but maybe she was just a decoy for Gilman. Camilo stops that, moves in with the stowaway, banishes with the throw, and that sets up this 20 damage plunge. But that is not his preferred plunging savage. It means he is without the stowaway in this round. It's a numbers disadvantage for Camilo now. And when there's not much margin for error, one score, at least with Bertrude, all core needs, that is a dangerous game to be playing for Camilo. Because there is Bertrude, and there is the winning plunge. GG.
The scribes themselves surely have taken note.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Alright, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Alright, no worries, Camilo. Thanks for stopping by. Good to have you. And in that case, we'll be looking for someone to jump in here to take Camilo's spot. Is there anyone who would like to claim it? In the meantime, I'll just set ourselves back. Lilac Ken? Awesome. Let me get you an invite real quick. No, you have claimed it first. It is yours for the taking. Invite should be on its way. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, let me know if I need to resend it, but it looks like you're good. And Lilac, I always forget. Are you on keyboard, mouse, or are you on controller? Keyboard, mouse? Okay, let me give you controls. Huzzah. And let's just make sure that this looks right to you. All good? Nice. Okay, well in that case, let us know, chat, if there's anything we would like to see for the next one. I'll update... Ooh, that's the wrong button. I will update the information here. I don't know why it's insisting on having that screen pop up, but give me just a second. And which team do you want to be, Lilac? Which triumvirate would you like to be today? Right now, have you in on the Fate. Dissidents, though? That can certainly be arranged. There we are. Okay. Oh, let's actually set you to the Dissidents. There we go. So yeah, let us know if there is anything we'd like to see for this next one. This will, of course, be Lilac's first match of the day, so up to you all as to whether you'd like to give Lilac some time to warm up, or if you'd like to immediately go straight into the nonsense. Core switching it up to the accusers?
Yes, sir.
Alright, we are going with the serious orange theme here. And it has, I could not tell you when the last time we had someone, an accusers versus dissidents matchup. I think you'd probably have to go pretty deep into the archives to find one of those. Alright, but not seeing anything request-wise, so let's get started. It's all about the orange today. Oh, hold on! And it's all about the vote as well.
The accusers. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So the team compositions are all up to the players here. Up to them to decide how they want to take advantage of the unique physics that exist on this particular arena. As it'll be a speedy Tizo for Lilac's lead. Or we'll go with the power casting Lendl. Full left side on a banishing throw Pamitha for Lilac. Banishing throws on Barker for Core. Then extra plunging damage from the Kerfang on Raji. And nothing at all on Orlek for Core. Here is Core, but loses Lendl. Lilac. Core reclaims. And after banishing the last of the defenders, has an opportunity here to throw it in for 15. Lendl. Big power cast, banishes 2, but then he goes down. Core back with the Orlek. Orlek goes for the big jumps. And finishes with a quick throw here, just 3 damage. Power cast from Lendl. That helps set up this 19 damage throw, cut slightly short there. Lilac with Tizo. Lendl gets rid of Tizo, I suppose that is canonically fitting. And Lendl has enough on the throw here, this time for the full 20 damage. Tizo. Oh, big power cast from Lendl, gets rid of everyone.
Threw it in.
There's a big jump from Orlek. Core considers his options and goes for the big jump. But Lilac able to stop him. Tizo off to the races, and he'll plunge in for 25.
Now then.
Core, not quick enough. Raji does just enough to avoid that first cast and plunges in, and with the Kerfang, that's 23 damage.
The orb is up.
Tizo retreats. Oh, and Lendl snipes. Lendl with an opportunity here,
Cast from afar into
but
the
Lilac holds on with 3.
Now end the ceremony.
Tizo. Lendl takes him out. Now it's Raji's turn.
How sad.
Lendl takes Raji as well. Lendl's throw is enough to take the win.
The accusers prevail.
GG.
Most excellently done this time, I must admit.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, well, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Of course, otherwise, if you guys don't have anything in particular in mind, we can always leave it up to the players. That works too. But seeing nothing at the moment, let's hop back in for the next one. We'll see where we end up.
The dissidents shall
As it's
take
the pit
on
of Malith.
the accusers. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
That means perhaps the next arena that has the most potential for gimmicks. The Speedy Messenger Imp. That's Lilac's lead. Now, Quarterback Manly from Core. And it's a different kind of Speedy Volfred for Lilac. Almost a recreation of the classic Speedy Volfred versus Quarterback Manly. There is the standard Speedy Volfred. So Core's side has both of those characteristic characters. An extra starting Pyre life for Gilman. That's Lilac's last choice. Core has double saps here. And in the last spot, he'll go with a Leeching Stowaway.
Begin.
Manly, with those exploding saplings, trying to clear out a little bit more space to work with. But with that quarterback talisman, trying to put that throwing range to good use. It does make him the longest throwing exile in the game, and I believe it also extends the range from which his throw is unblockable, and that was the case there, because Lilac was in position, yet Core still able to throw over the defender and in.
Now go.
Gilman,
A swift
the Lilac,
recovery.
has the speed, but there are a lot of auras, a lot of big auras around Core's Pyre here, between those saps and saplings. They certainly start to add up.
All of the dissidents
Good cast there
gone.
from the Stowaway.
Tay
That
through
sets
again.
her up for a 20 damage throw.
A show of strength from the dissidents' rivals.
Bullfred versus Manly. Manly wins that duel. And that is around the range we saw Core throwing it in from before. This perhaps slightly further back. It is still in range. As to whether that was technically unblockable, I'm not entirely sure. Lilac was close.
Taken.
Gilman sneaks through.
Gilman plunges into the fire.
Now Messenger Imp's turn. Oh, but the exploding sapling gets rid of both of Lilac's remaining characters. Gilman was gone after the plunge. And that means time not only for 20 damage on that Savage throw, but 10 leech for Core as well. Another exploding sapling play, and dangerously placed sapling, because if Core can throw from that range, it is certainly close enough
His aim
to do
was
that,
true.
though on that occasion, cuts it a little bit short, just 18 on the throw.
No sign
Oh,
of
and
the
Core
dissidents
just
now.
enough area of effect on that exploding sapling to get rid of the entirety of Lilac's team, but Lilac does have rekindling, even after this plunge. Back up at 50 Pyre life here for the second life bar. Core with the Stowaway. Trying to use that sapling as a bit of a shield, bit of a wall of the offensive variety on this occasion. A little more unusual. Oh, he's thinking about the off-the-wall plays, you can tell.
Poor messenger imp.
Trying to work out the physics, didn't quite get them to work that time, instead settles for a quick 10 damage throw. That means 5 leech as well on that occasion.
Why, that was
Once
all
again, the well-timed exploding sapling gets rid of everyone. Oh, and he's going off the wall, but doesn't quite line it up correctly that time.
Gilman
This
caught
time,
out.
Messenger Imp escapes the exploding sapling, and Gilman has his valiant return. But with all those characters and saplings, there is no obvious gap
Banished all
for
of them.
Lilac to exploit. Core does eventually get it back, and it's going back and forth between going off the wall and going directly for the throw.
Now to the flame.
Doesn't quite get it lined up properly this time. Tries off the wall once more, but no luck on that occasion either. Gilman
Simply
retreats, Orbit inadvertently hits Lilac's Pyre, bounces back out. Yeoman back with it, though. Or once again, trying to block off all the potential pathways through the middle of the arena. Wolfred, he is not the range-throwing sap, and so on that occasion it clearly was not unblockable. But he is speedy, and he is able to recover in time to get that banishment. And he is able to get that throw off. Just 16 damage here, but it does drop Lilac down to 24, which means a full or near full damage sap score would be enough for Core. This is, of course, Lilac's second life bar. Stowaway, though, would need to have 2 scores, as she maxes out at just 20 damage. Oh, and Manly is going off the wall twice! And bounces in for the win. I don't think we've seen that one before.
With vigor and resolve. The ceremony is complete.
GG. Stylish indeed. Well played, you two.
Until the stars align.
And how's it going, Anor? Anor comes in and says, well, the first thing I am going to do is turn customize off. And you know what? I respect it. Could still do an arena, could still do a song, if either of those are of interest. Thrash pack? Alright. Sure thing. Anything else? Not seeing anything at the moment. Of course, customize off covers a lot of things. So maybe we'll leave it at this.
The dissidents.
And we'll be back at the book. For Lilac, it is Worm, I think that's a Savage, and Crone. Yes, that is the Stowaway. Can you move Core? Okay, good. For Core, it is a Savage, a Harp, and a Sap. Other details to be determined. That looks like Gareth is slowing nearby exiles.
If I were that one, I'd be rather angry.
Not a mastery we often see. Oh, but he has False Step as well, which I'm sure Core is pleased to see. Luminous Idol on, I believe that was Pamitha. That would be a good setup for Core.
To the adversary's flame.
And the Salute to switch into Gareth as well. That's a very nice combination. Stowaway. Or to Deluge.
Someone there.
Core pinning Lilac in near the Pyre. And driving us crazy with the various directions in which he's threatening to cast.
Flame is stricken.
Oh, Stubborn Flame and Living Flame, all of the flames. It meant Core dealt less damage from the Crone mastery, but he dealt more damage from his Talisman, as Lilac now plunges in here for 15. On net, I think that was, what? The damage reduction was a little bit more than the bonus damage, but they did largely cancel each other out. But no Deluge in this round after that plunge. So Lilac down to just 2 characters. There is that Luminous Idol Pamitha. That is a very strong combination. And then she switches this time into Volfred, and he'll throw it for 12. It's like the thing I'm most disappointed about in this match is after getting the Thrash Pack song request, us not getting any random curs. Barker in particular, of course. Oh! Got some moon drops dropping in here. I didn't catch whose banishment it was that set it up. I'm not sure who has that talisman, the fairy spirit, but well, there is one right there now, as Core throws that in for 18. And those moondrops do last from one round to the next, so we did see Lilac pick it up, but in the meantime, we did see Core plunge, but it means no Gareth in this round, as once again we saw those largely, you know, the talisman and the mastery largely canceling each other out on net, as it was 18 rather than the usual 20 damage, so almost the same as it would typically be. Core trying to set up that point-blank throw. Lilac wasn't going to have it, though. Lilac is going to have this 20 damage plunge, though. That was with the Stowaway, but now the Stowaway is gone. No prayer beads on her. Valiant return from Deluge. But Core's throw, once again, 18 is the maximum for him. And that means one score, presumably, all that Core would need, unless Lilac has unexpected rekindling coming from a RITE NITE, which is always possible with Customize Off, at least if you haven't confirmed what all the talismans are. But we have seen several, so I don't think that's all that likely. Core jumps in, and that will seal the deal.
Their pyre burns whilst that of their adversaries is but ash.
GG.
The rite is done.
Alright, well played, you two. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And Core says he'll probably just do one or two more, and then someone else can swap in, so let us know if there is anyone who would like to get back into the action. Welcome back, Camilo. Good to see ya. Let's turn Customize back on, and we'll reset our song. Let us know if there is anything we'd like to see for the next one, and as I just said, if there is anyone who would like to take Core's place, we will be looking to swap him out in the relatively near future. Not seeing any requests at the moment, though. So we might just leave this one up to the players, unless anyone has any last-minute ideas here. Hold on. Okay. Note to chat, that is the correct way to spell it. Well done. Well done, Camilo. Thank you. Thank you for setting the record straight. Exactly. Please take note.
The dissidents versus the accusers. Welcome.
All right, but it was just an arena request.
The rites.
The rest is up to the players. As for what they choose to do at the Glade of Liu, that remains to be seen. It's a speedy Tizo for Lilac. Then Exploding Gilman for Core. Plunging damage with Kerfang on Gilman. That's Lilac's second choice. Then, oh, the canned Singularity Stowaway from Core. then the built-in rekindling on Messenger Imp. That's Lilac's last choice. It'll be Frozen Soul on Lendl, dealing extra damage to Lilac's Pyre at the beginning of the match. That's how Core wraps up his team. Oh, and that, I'm pretty sure, was a false step stowaway jump. And that might be another one right there. And she is setting off the can Singularity in the process. So Core succeeding from that standpoint, but as for the finishing touch, getting a score out of it, he does get one there. It's 15 damage from the stowaway on that throw. Stowaway back at it. No, in fact, just goes directly in, which, to be honest, I'm not even sure was Core's plan. As oftentimes, he will deliberately jump into the enemy's aura with that false step stowaway to set off that combo. But I suppose he will take the damage. Now Lilac has a portal. I don't see where the other end of it is. Well, now it's very close by. I think it might have been considerably more dangerous before. Core creating a wall with that trailing worm aura. Gets the orb back, throws it in for 11. Tizo. Now just the stowaway back defensively, but she does get the stop. Now moving into the attack. She is next to the Pyre, now she's down. And you could just tell Core was eyeing that opportunity to bring her back, but meanwhile, Lilac was eyeing that opportunity to plunge in here for 25 damage, that time coming from Messenger Imp, or rather from Tizo. But everyone down means time for Core, and with Seize Chance active, that's 25 damage there. That means one score with Seize Chance. Now, there are a few ways Core can get enough damage there, including with the stowaway. Down she goes, but always a threat with that can Singularity, except Lilac took the rekindling. There it is, 20 life on the second life bar. But now it means one score, potentially all that Core would need. Messenger in. Down he goes. Lendl has time for the 20 damage throw, just enough to take the win.
Their adversaries did not even come close.
GG.
The rite is ended.
What? Hold on, what? Camilo, where is this coming from? What?
The next.
I have no idea. Maybe someone else in chat knows, but I certainly do not. Just a doubt I have. I'm afraid I am no expert on Jean-Claude Van Damme. Excuse me, sir. This is a Wendy's. Alright, well, as I was saying, I think Core was looking to swap out fairly soon, so if there is anyone who would like to get in, definitely let us know. This will be his last one, alright, and let us know if there's anything we'd like to see, because that means this will be our last matchup between Lilac and Core, as Anor requests Iggy for both people, both players. Yes, okay. So Ignarius must be on both players' teams. Is there anything else we would like to have in addition to that. Or is that all? Not seeing any other requests, so I think we'll get this one started. We'll see how critical of a role Iggy plays on either team. Is he an afterthought?
The dissidents
Or is he the
shall
centerpiece?
confront the accusers. Welcome. Who shall
It depends on the
be
McDonald's, they might answer. Do really like the imp dissident raiments. As that will be an infinite stamina Raji. I think it might even be more so the case for the second imp. Then I think you get the orange as the primary
Sir
color.
Gilman?
Lids, orange is a secondary color. That's not what I meant. It was a Gilman in the first spot for core. Now I'm just continuing to think about the color theory of the raiments and going, all right, well, someone should have raiments where the main color is a primary color, the secondary accents are a secondary color, and then the tertiary accents are a tertiary color. Well, it is Speedy Ignarius. We are, of course, expecting to see an Ignarius on both sides, pursuant to Honor's request, and in both cases it's a Speedy Ignarius. So interesting. Both players had the same idea in mind. Tempers is another team we don't see very often. As it'll be Luminous Idol on Gilman. That's the last choice for Lilac. Whereas Core goes for an exploding Snapdragon.
Begin.
Neither player particularly interested in the orb, at least not initially. Eventually, Core picks it up, and eventually he throws it in for 15.
Their adversary's flame. 'Tis taken.
This time the player's a little more keen to possess the primary thing that they need in order to score. Although perhaps I spoke too soon, as it feels a lot more like an AI match in which the primary objective seems to be banishing the opposition, not in actually possessing and advancing the orb into a scoring position. Iggy slowly saunters forward and then plunges and finger guns. Raji straight in here, and with the extra damage, that's 25 on the plunge. But it means no Raji in this round now for Lilac. Iggy for Lilac against the opposing Iggy. Oh, but gets shoulder smashed by Snadra. And now it's Core's turn with Iggy. Owen was thinking about the throw, but instead opted to plunge. And he has the Tailwind Crest for the speed, not Prayer Bead, so it does mean no Iggy in this round. At least for Core. Here is Iggy for Lilac, facing off against Snadra. But Snadra explodes, and then comes back with the Sacred Bond setup, and then banishes everyone, which means time for her to throw that one in for 11. Gilman. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, because Gilman seemed to go flying after he launched that throw, but he did get the throw off. My word. Gilman versus Gilman. And Gilman wins. Now Raji to Iggy. Oh, and Gilman with another valiant return here. Up against Ignarius. Ignarius, though, able to throw that one for 17. Worms become planes when throwing. That is factually accurate, yes.
None left unscathed.
Raji, oh, knocked away. Gilman against Gilman. Gilman wins. And time perhaps for Snadra if she's quick, but she's not quick enough.
Why, that was all of them.
And now everyone down, which means after this 20 damage throw, Lilac is holding on with 1.
Go on, just once more.
But hey, sometimes that's all you need. We have seen it before. Players winning with exactly 1 Pyre life, so you can never rule people out. Iggy for Lilac. Makes it in here. Plunging for 30. That means no Iggy in this round. Raji. Finds a bit of an opening here. In fact, makes it all the way in. 25 damage on this plunge. Core with Gilman. Gilman's throw, that one's wide of the mark. As Lilac recovers through Ignarius. And Iggy plunges here, and that's 30 damage. And that means that, well, Iggy is gone for this round. Lilac, I believe, has 25 damage on Raji, so it is possible for Lilac to finish it with 1 score. Iggy, of course, would have enough damage if he were in for this round, but Lilac defenseless, at least until Raji makes a return. And Raji makes the defensive stop on top of that. Valiant return from Gilman. Now, he does not have enough damage. He stopped.
Now then.
Raji returns once more. Snadra, banished, but she explodes. Gilman. Against Iggy. Oh, the hockey puck might have gotten in Lilac's way there. Iggy for Core. Hopscotching around, but he does go down. Infinite stamina on Gilman, and now he can race around and eventually in for 15. And that means 1 score from any character, from either player, would be enough here.
All of the dissidents.
Lilac defenseless, so time for Core's Gilman. Goes for the Worm Salute. I don't believe he had anything there. I don't believe he took that mastery. So if anything, it just gave Lilac some time to make it in for the winning plunge.
Dissidents prevail.
GG, Lilac with the 1 Pyre Life
and thus
victory.
more glorious. The rite is done.
Well played, you two.
Until the stars align.
All right. Good stuff. Well, Core is swapping out, I believe. Thanks for stopping by, Core. Good to have you. That does mean, though, that we are looking for someone to take Core's place here. So let us know if anyone is interested in hopping in. And Lilac, just to double check, are you good to stick around, or do you want to swap out as well? Okay, gotcha, Camilo. Lilac is good to stay. Camilo, did you play against Lilac before? I don't think so, right? I forget who you were playing against, Camilo. Angel? And who was it after that? Did you play Lilac? Basically, what I'm wondering is, even if we were to get Camilo back in, would we at least have a new matchup? Because if so, then that'd be good. Maybe once... Oh, but it was mostly Angel and then Core. Gotcha. Oh, and iRotor can play for a bit. Okay, why don't we go with iRotor then? Because Camilo, as you were saying, you did play some matches earlier. That means we can at least get someone brand new in for today with iRotor. So, for sure, iRotor, we can do that. Let me get you an invite. The funny random custom... Oh, right, I remember that. Of course, of course. Okay, here is iRotor. Let me get you the invite. Okay. Should see iRotor on player 2 here. Unless remote play is doing something funky. Okay, let me set you up, iRotor. That's not how you spell your name. There we go. Take you off the accusers. Go from the first team alphabetically to the last team alphabetically. Fun fact. And is there anything we would like to see for this first matchup between Lilac and iRotor? Or do we want to give iRotor a little bit of time, because this will be his first match of the day? That choice is up to you. But not... Oh, hold on. I am seeing something. I'm seeing a nest request from Camilo. Is that all, though? Looks like it might be. So let's get started.
The dissidents shall take on the withdrawn. Welcome.
All right, so no requests, at
Who
least
shall conduct the rites?
that affect your team composition. That much entirely up to you. So it'll be Speedy Jodariel first for Lilac. Then Nutrition Stick on Palmas for Iroder. Then Speed on the Stowaway for Lilac. Speed on Viz Paleth for Iroder. Pyre Life on Gilman. And lastly, an Exploding Headwind. Right, and it is Palmas first to the orb, and with that Nutrition Stick, he is quick, but he is quickly banished as well. Jody for Lilac. Blocked. And now banished. Iroder. Vispaleth one side. Palmas the other. And it is Vispaleth to finish things off here with the plunge. Jody. Shoulder smashed by Headwind. Palmas. Back to Headwind for Iroder. Headwind has the help of the Sap Shield, facilitating that 20 damage plunge. Jody. Retreats. Blocked. Now banished.
Into the adversary's flame.
Now Vispaleth. Oh, and quick move there. A little hesitation, but then did go straight in. The 30 damage plunge. And the throw from Palmas, and enough time for the full 25 there for Iroder.
The orb is up.
Back to Vispaleth. She's banished. Now it's Jody. Iroder moves in to apply some pressure here and wins the orb back close to Lilac's Pyre. Stowaway does return here, but she's staggered, and that makes it tough to stop this 25 damage throw from Vispaleth. Jody. Blocked here. The demons both go down, but Iroder able to bring his back quickly with Sacred Bond by stepping on the portrait. And it is that very demon who plunges here. That drops Lilac to 5, which means one score from just about any of Iroder's characters in just about any circumstance. Presumably be enough. There's another shoulder smash from Headwind. So Iroder back in possession. Palmas gets the throw to finish the job.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
It was a glorious glorious performance, I must say.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Alright, well let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like for the next one. We had the nest request from the previous match, but otherwise, all the other stuff was up to the players. But what about this time? Yeah, no worries, Lilac. You can take a minute. That gives us a little more time to scheme up specific requests if there is anything people are thinking about. Of course, now that we've... Oh, that was Irota's first match of the day, so if there were any reservations about making any ambitious requests for that reason, then that is no longer an excuse. So throw whatever you would like at these two. They can handle it. They'll be fine. Something devious, something crazy, something we've never seen before. I would tell you what that might be, but then again, that would suggest that we've already seen it. If I knew, it would be straightforward. Trying to think if we've had anything particularly out of the ordinary request-wise today. Well, we did have... we had the customized off match that Camilo was talking about earlier, where Core said he was going to have a way to control his talisman selections. And we're like, oh, surely he can't do that, right? But somehow, some way, he did end up with 2 really good talismans. No worries, Lilac. Okay, and we do have a Titan Star request here for Limbless Erisek. Alright. So let me activate. In that case. Is there anything else we are looking for? I suppose that is new and different. Hello, by the way. How's it going? Kels here. GG's. Howdy. Alright, that is all I am seeing request-wise, though, so why don't we get this one started? I wish I could tell you off the top of my head what the effect of Limbless Erisek is, but I do not recall.
The Titan Stars.
One of those guys, right? There you go. Plus 8 hope is what that one does.
Erisek.
I feel like that's almost a play on words. Looking at the rites, but you couldn't write, so you had to write the rite with this rite. Am I right in thinking that I reset the arena, or did I accidentally keep us locked in at the nest? And there's the whole, writing may or may not be illegal thing. Or reading. Both, really. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. Right, it is Speedy Jodariel. I was curious to see what the respawn time is on a 33 hope Kerr. And then, hold on! Why not make it a 41 hope Kerr? Practically approaching lucky break territory at that point. I think it was 2.4 seconds versus 1 second in the case of Lucky Break. So, alright, fair enough. Lucky Break is still certainly faster, but Lucky Break does not proc every single time, even if you spec that mastery, whereas having a 2.4 second respawn time every time, no matter what, now that makes you the world's strongest grandpa. You heard it here first. That's the extra starting Pyre life for Tizo. An Astral Eye for the extra damage at the cost of hope, but I suppose with the extra hope from the Titan Star, that is a trade-off that our rotor is not as concerned about making. On net, I believe he is still in the positive from a hope standpoint. And Kerfang for extra plunging damage on Gilman for Lilac. Whereas for Iroder, will be Power Casting Headwind.
Now begin.
Here is Dalbert. Super Grandpa. But down he goes. As we were saying, he will come back quickly. Not quite as quickly as if he had taken the Hope Egg. I do not believe that is what Iroder ultimately settled on. But even then, Kerrs already have such high starting hope. But aided by the Titan Star, it is quite good, and there is Dalbert. He does get us started with a 15 damage plunge, although see Lilac with a bunch of starting Pyre life here. Iroder's throw, just enough on that for 21. That damage coming from the Astral Eye, I believe. That minus hope. Extra damage talisman. Dalbert again. This time it's 8. Dalbert trying to get the banishment with that cast. Gets 1. Make it 2. But now blocked. He has the banishing throws. Gilman now, moving in. He's stopped. Jody having a hard time sticking around here. She's having a bit of a rough day. But she is back now. Only to quickly go down. Gilman against Gilman. Perhaps he's the key. As he loops around, but does eventually go down. Just leave Jody alone. She did nothing wrong. Here she is. Oh, but she gets shoulder smashed by Headwind. Dalbert. He's stopped before he can get off his banishing throw. Jody against Headwind. Jody wins out. Knocks back the defender. Now on the move. Stuns Dalbert again. A big cast from Headwind. And that power cast has quite a bit of range on it as well. And he'll jump in. That's 20 damage. now through Dalbert. Threatens the banishing throw, but the threat alone is enough to clear out some room to set up the plunge. But it does mean now no Dalbert in this round. Tizo, he's stopped. Hedwyn, taking names with those casts. Now, he's on the attack, and he does plunge. Good for 20. Right, is that they're singling out Jody, is the thing. It is Dalbert, plunging for 15. Gilman, stopped. Tizo. And all Tizo here, as he goes the full distance, plunging for 25, a 1-imp army. That means no Tizo in this round. Jody banished, Gilman banished. That means time now for Hedwyn. He'll throw for 18 and some leech as well.
Into the adversary's flame.
Dalbert, he's stopped. Jody against Dalbert.
Good.
Jody gets the banishment. Oh, big cast from Hedwyn, threading the needle there and gets rid of all but Gilman, or at least he makes a valiant return. Well timed, as it often is, and with the Kerfang, gets 23 damage out of that plunge.
Tis taken.
Dalbert. Oh, was that double banishment on that throw? I think it might have been. But there's more damage potential from Hedwyn if iRotor has time, and he does. 20 damage plus 10 leech. Good presence of mind from iRotor there. Snipe on the banishing throw. Jody continuing to catch strays here. That throw is slightly short. So Lilac recovers and Lilac plunges, and with Kerfang, once again, bonus damage. But it does mean, once again, no Gilman. That throw a little bit short, so no banishments on that occasion. Jody against Dalbert. Dalbert tries to speed ahead, but Jody cuts him off. Jody now. Ooh, just barely ends up in the lava, but it does mean a quicker respawn time, so she is back. Once again, Jody against Dalbert. Dalbert once again threatening the throw, and, well, he can score with that throw too. And it is that double threat that sets him up for the winning score.
Adversaries confidently thwarted.
GG.
The rite is ended.
Well played, you two. Alright, well, let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
And let us know, chat, if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. As we'll... Oh, actually, tell you what. We should, to deactivate the Titan Stars After Effect, we should just do a quick match. And we'll cancel this one out. Just so that iRotor doesn't have the hangover. The Hope hangover.
The dissidents shall
That should already be sufficient. Now let us know if there is anything you would like to see for the next one. And it's getting late enough that this could even be our penultimate rite, the last one in which we take any requests before our liberation rite. So if there is anything that we still really want to see before the night is through, then that would make this our last chance to make that happen. So is there anything in particular we're looking for here? Or of course we could always still leave it up to the players. That remains an option. But, oh, hold on. Oh, alright. Very nice, Camilo. Right as I was about to get us started, no, we have a worm duel. I assume you mean triple worm. Oh, at least one, come on. Go all in, Camilo. At least one worm? That's not a worm duel. We demand more. More worms, more fun, right? Well, Lilac doubles down with the worms request. All right, well, let's get started. I think we have a pretty good idea of at least one or two of the exiles that people want the players to take.
Dissidents versus the withdrawal.
As for whether it is truly
Welcome.
100% worms on each team, maybe that is not 100% determined, but I would say, at the very least, encouraged. As it's Kerfang on Gilman, so extra plunging damage. I believe that's more or less what we saw Lilac take in the previous match. And Thorned Knot on Lady River. That's what iRotor will start off with. So they both have one worm. But the question remains, exactly how many are we going to see? Is this going to be triple worm, triple worm? Alright, maybe not all worms are created equal. Or at least, not held in the same regard. As Lilac may not be a big fan of Deluge, but does take him here with the extra starting Pyre life. You could say that. It's Astral Eye Gilman. Now that's... we saw iRotor take Astral Eye on one of the characters while that Titan Star was active. Don't remember if that was a worm, though. It might have been. Lilac is intrigued by that setup as well. Does take the same talisman on Lady River. The last spot for iRotor, it'll be Leech for Deluge. So it is triple worm against triple worm, as it should have been. I'm glad to see both players chose to go in that direction. There was a little uncertainty as to whether that would end up being the case, but there is the Astral Eye bonus damage, making that a 23 damage plunge from Lady River. Now it is iRotor's Lady River returning the favor with a 15 damage throw. Lady River, or iRotor, gets a banishment, and that sets up another 15 damage throw.
The orb is up.
Lady River again for iRotor. Oh, and still there. For a second, I hesitated myself. Is that iRotor's worm or is that Lilac's worm? No, it was iRotor's. And it is iRotors once again here. This time, that's the Astral Eye bonus damage.
The dissidents seem to be falling behind.
Lilac, though, with the stop, gets the orb back with Lady River. Oh, it nearly snuck through, but iRotor able to get the banishment. Here's Deluge, and he's the one with the leech. So 15 damage and 10 Pyre life back for iRotor.
Good.
Now Lady River once more. That throw, though, a little bit short. But a little bit of Infiniworms, perhaps.
Brazen.
A little bit of Infiniworms for Lilac. Meanwhile, iRotor creates a wall
The deluge is banished.
at around midfield. Lilac has to leap over, but does,
Fortuitous.
and plunges in for 23. Interesting idea, but Lilac was not fooled. Lilac retrieves that throw.
The dissidents are banished to the
Now
last.
everyone down on Lilac's side, so time for iRotor. And opts to go for the 15 damage, 10 leech, which I believe on net is his most valuable way of scoring. Could have gone for the Astral Eye for a little more pure damage, but of course no leech in that case. A little bit more Infiniworms, though, for Lilac. And it is glorious. Gilman now gets, well, had all the reinforcements, but they went down. iRotor wins it back, gets the throw off, and this one is 23 damage, and that drops Lilac down to 9.
It's nearly ended.
Gilman, for iRotor, is stopped. iRotor again. Lady River, and plunges in for the winning score.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
Accomplished effortlessly, I might add.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, well, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And I think it might be time. It might be time for our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. That means, of course, we'll be headed to the Fall of Solium. Sermon intro on, and we'll go Never to Return Withdrawn edition. There we are. No requests from chat for this one. Just gonna have both players take their preferred teams to finish things off in style. Lilac, is this your first liberation rite? Have you done one of these before? I can't remember. This is your first? Ooh, exciting. Nice. All right, well, in that case, let's get going.
The time is nigh, exiles. You heed the summons to the fall of Solium. At stake here in this rite is your salvation. We soon shall see who is the most deserving. Dissidents, stand prepared. The withdrawn, stand prepared. Who shall stand together here this night?
All right, so as we said, this will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. No requests from chat for this one. Both players just taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style. And as we were saying, the first liberation rite for Lilac. Exciting stuff. It'll be a speedy Jodariel in the first spot for the Dissidents. Whereas iRotor's Withdrawn will go with Banishing Throws with a leading Dulbert. Lilac to take the extra starting Pyre Life with Tizo. doubling down on the Fate, going with Prayer Beads with Ulmer. Last choice for Lilac, it's Luminous Idol Stowaway. And it will be a full Fate squad for our rotor. So alright, here we go, our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. Lilac on the left representing the Dissidents, our rotor on the right representing the Withdrawn. Best of luck to you both.
sacred law. Tis taken. Deliverance. Yes. The orb quenches the flame. Foiled. By day, thoroughly banished. 'Tis what the scribes ordain. Now go on just once more. Now go. Oh.
And there it is.
The withdrawn have proved their worth.
GG.
Their adversaries they defeated utterly. Thus ends the liberation rite.
Well played, you two, and as we were saying, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you, everybody who participated in the rites today, and everybody who gave us the requests in chat as well. Alright, I'm gonna hop out of Discord, but I will catch you guys next time. Alright, and let me just quickly make sure everyone is free from remote play. There you go. Go, be free! Alright, and let me throw this screen on. But as I was saying, thank you all for watching. This was, of course, Pyre Community RITE Night, and if you are interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the RITE Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these RITE Nights, and our streaming schedule is Fridays, we are doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Saturdays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Sundays, obviously, Pyre multiplayer. And then squeezing in the First Descendant whenever we can, usually on weekdays. However, we were not able to squeeze in a First Descendant stream this past week, so I'm kind of hoping that I can wolf down some food and then might start up a short First Descendant stream later tonight. So stay tuned for that. Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch it there as well, along with some Hades 2 and Helldivers 2 videos as well. If you haven't done so yet already, of course, you can also hit the follow button to get a notification when I go live, and you can also follow me on Twitter at LidsVids. I post there when I go live as well, but actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is by joining my Discord, and you can do that by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.